성을 나타내는 데 있어 젠더가 아니라 섹스를 써야 한다는 거죠. 자기가 몸에 가지고 태어난 성별과 자기가 느끼는 성이 다를 때 그런 이질감을 느낄 때의 성별을 나타내는 단어는 없다는 건가요? 라고 이슈의 호스트인 닥터 필이 질문하자 이에 대해 매트 월시가 대답하는 영상입니다만 그런데 사실 매트 월시가 마침내 나와 이런 정상인의 변호를 하기 전에 이미 저쪽에 정신이상적인 전문가들이 나와 궤변을 한참 늘어놓고 환호를 받은 상태입니다. 이슈의 세팅 자체가 이미 트랜스 이념 쪽입니다. 관객들도 거의 다 트랜스 쪽 의견만 환호하는 게 압도적이고요.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the reality. So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production, You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. It's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. Makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional.
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. There's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. Like that's why when you hear a parent say, "Oh, my 4-year-old son came to me and said that I'm a girl now, and so that's what I'm gonna raise him as a girl." No, you're a 4-year-old. I have 4 kids. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question: what is a girl? Ask him what he means by that. What do you mean by girl? And when you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He will tell you what he really means is that he wants to do some of the things that girls do, like play with the dollhouse, or he likes the color pink. That's fine. Play with the dollhouse, but you're still a boy. I hope you'll respect my preferred adjectives. Of course, the only problem with my adjective comparison is that unlike pronouns, adjectives are in fact subjective. But my point was that the adjectives I use to describe myself are products of my self-perception. I cannot demand that others perceive me the way that I perceive myself. My self-perception is not a joint project shared by me and the rest of human society. For adjectives, it's up to each individual to decide which ones they want to use to describe me. And in my case, a great many people use adjectives to describe me that I find quite disagreeable. I might feel insulted by some of those adjectives. I might lock myself in the bathroom and weep uncontrollably for hours because of them. I do that every day. But I cannot say that I'm being erased or delegitimized because other people refuse to see me the way that I see myself. And in fact, if their competing perception causes some sort of existential crisis for me, it only proves that I'm not so sure of my own self-perception, and therefore, I'm in no position to criticize anybody else's perception of me. As for pronouns, there is no subjectivity at all. It's not up to any individual, including myself, to decide which ones ought to be used. That question is settled by biological reality. The point of the pronoun is to describe that reality. Just as the point of a verb like running, unless it's used metaphorically, is to convey reality. If I say that somebody is running when they're really sitting, I've conveyed an untruth, whether because I'm confused or a liar or both. And if I call a man a she, I have also expressed an untruth, whether because I'm confused or a liar or both, or perhaps because I'm afraid of getting yelled at if I tell the truth. So we should add coward alongside the options of confused and liar. In any case, the pronoun question led directly to the question, the ultimate and fundamental question, as far as I'm concerned, which my opponents were not very eager to answer. That's a question I would like to throw out to other members of the panel, actually, because just like the 4-year-old can't answer what is a girl, well, this is one of the problems with this left-wing gender ideology. Is that
전체주의적 트랜스 이념자들이 꺼리는 단어가 뭘까요? 정상적 사고를 가진 사람에겐 아무것도 아닌데 그들이 어려워하는 그 질문이 뭘까요? 다음 시간을 기대해주세요. 구독과 좋아요 눌러주시면 큰 힘이 됩니다.